And the next email today comes to us from Patricia Dougan, who writes, with the award season coming upon us, I was wondering what you thought about comedies in 2018. Comedy is my favorite genre, and while there were a few good ones, I thought it was kind of a weak year overall. So my question is, what do you think are the top comedies of 2018? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Patricia. And look, like you, I love comedy. I think all of us deep down love a good comedy. We all love good comedies, right? And I also have to agree with you, Patricia, 2018 was not the best year for comedies. There were some good ones, but overall, kind of a weak year for comedies. Of that, I don't think we can disagree. But what were some of the better ones of this year? Well, when we look down the list of some of the comedies that came out, a lot of stinkers. Look, Spy Who Dumped Me, stinker. Life of the Party, I actually thought looked pretty good, not so good. I actually was intrigued by the premise behind I Feel Pretty. I thought the premise of it was very interesting, and it didn't work out so well. I love Tiffany Haddish, and I love me some Kevin Hart, so I was looking forward to Night School. Not so much. Overboard, never expected much from it, and it certainly didn't deliver much. Blockers was one that had a lot of potential. Blockers was one of those comedies that I thought the trailers looked really good. I love Leslie Mann. Love her. Actually, the cast was always pretty intriguing. Unfortunately, while John Cena is finding his stride with comedy chops, I think, unfortunately, what we discovered in Blockers is that he is not ready to be a leading guy, even in comedy. He can't carry a film. And so, while Blockers wasn't bad, I didn't love it. And I don't think it lived up to its potential. Well, that leaves us with what I thought were three pretty darn good comedies. One, Crazy Rich Asians, which I just watched again the other night. It is a totally formulaic romantic comedy. There's no way around it. It's a completely formulaic, paint-by-the-numbers romantic comedy with a few unique aspects to it that we haven't seen in films before, at least in big, wide-release films before. But you know what? Despite the formulaic nature of the movie, it was funny, it was charming, it was endearing, had some really good feel moments, and just some really good laughs. You know, I've never liked Awkwafina that much. She's hilarious in this movie. Anne calls her the Asian Melissa McCarthy, and she's not all that wrong on that. The Asian Melissa McCarthy. But I thought Crazy Rich Asians was really, really quite nice. Tag. This is probably my biggest surprise comedy of the year was Tag. Tag was a deeper movie than you might think, but it was also funnier than I thought it was going to be and had some really good feels in it as well. And I actually ended up thoroughly enjoying Tag. A whole hell of a lot. Way more than I thought I was going to. So Tag was a good one. But honestly, and we're talking about pure comedies here, right? We're talking about pure comedies. Like you could say Black Klansman was a comedy. Well, it's a drama comedy, quasi-biopic comedy. It was a mixed genre thing. I'm talking about pure comedies. Tag, for me, the comedy of the year is Game Night. Game Night, again, such a pleasant surprise. I honestly wasn't expecting that much, despite the fact that we all love Jason Bateman, and everybody loves the good Canadian kid Rachel McAdams. We all love, the cast looked great, enjoyed that, but I honestly didn't think the trailers were all that funny, so I didn't know what to expect. Went into it, I laughed like almost the whole way through. I was at the very minimum grinning for every second, so I was either grinning, chuckling, or laughing out loud the entire movie. Far better than I was expecting, and for me, the comedy of the year has got to be Game Night. But then again, there's only even really four, I would say, that were worth really watching. Crazy Rich Asians, Tags, and Game Night. I'll say Blockers was worth watching, just didn't live up to its potential. Then a lot of very, very disappointing comedies, unfortunately. And that was the year of 2018 in the world of comedies, unfortunately. A disappointing, underperforming year with a couple of diamonds in the rough. And I would say Game Night was the best comedy of the year. What do you guys, what would you say was the best pure comedy of the year? Jump down to the comment section and let me know what you think. All right, let's go on now to the final email.